Thank you, everybody. I'm going to introduce our Executive Director, Helena Nat, who runs the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce. I think you all have programs on your table. So, get drinks, network, and actually, let me introduce Helena because she's going to tell you why networking works.
Networking works because we acquired a database of 30,000 different business and civic leaders over the last 25 years that I've been with the Chamber. And since March 18th of a year and a half ago, everyone was in the same situation. COVID hit and the Chamber had to pivot. And we went straight to Zoom. We have had over 4 online networking or webinars or informational programs and forums to keep businesses going during COVID. So we kept it going. We have provided probably close to we assisted over $1 million in PPP loans, PPP 1 and 2. We assisted close to $1.5 million for the economic injury disaster loans for providing assistance for our members. So we're really proud of that. We're the engine that kept businesses going for small businesses during COVID by providing informational forums with the SBA every other week, with the IRS, and also putting on opportunities, international trade. We did a lot of international trade forums on the Zoom meeting. So we're really proud of everyone coming. This is our first one in person, so we're really excited about that. And I just want to go around, if everyone can just take a minute to just stand up and say their name and the organization that they represent. Because if everyone will get a copy of all the attendees since you're here. So this way you can set up one-on-ones after this meeting in the future. So it's International Trade in New York. We're really excited about that. I sit on the World Trade Committee for New York City. And everything was virtual for the last 2 years, so we're really excited to have this. And I'm going to just start with, here we go. Nice to meet you. They bring their family.
That's what it's all about.
I'm my children, Ricardo Jr. and Alexander.
Nice to have you here. And we're so honored to have you be with us and share this great day.
Hi everyone, my name is Shane. I'm from Jamaica. We're an event and promotion agency. One of the top trader hosts in Jamaica in export industry. Very personal problem. I mean, Russia. I got it. Thank you, Shane and Michelle. And we have done a lot. We have a huge international partnership with Jamaica. We're really excited about that. We did a couple of online networkings. And they actually had, they sponsored a networking cocktail. They did a virtual, beautiful show on Jamaica drinks. So, and Jamaica rum. There was a specialty on Jamaica rum. So it was really great. So thank you so much for the partnership. We appreciate you being here. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Mr. Welcome, Acting Consul General of Nepal. It's a great pleasure for you to be and with me today.
Nice to have Nepal join us, and this is, I think, yes, and we're looking forward to future partnerships with you. So thank you so much.
Hi everyone. Today my name is Alisha.
I'll introduce. Ahmed works on one of our committees. The Chamber exists because of our committee partners. They help us run the important committees like international trade. And you heard that Helena sits on the New York City World Trade Week Committee. That is 70 different partners working. And now we have a lot of work to do because we have to bring back international trade. COVID took a big bite out of it. We're having a private meeting later with the Consulate General of Nepal, the Consul General of Nepal, the new Consul General of Nepal. And right now they're suffering because of COVID-19. So we need people to get involved in our committees. And I'm going to turn it back to Elena, but I just want to point out one of our board members in the House who runs our real estate committee, Arthur Rosenfeld. Arthur, in fact, you can introduce yourself right now.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Mark, and welcome everyone. This is a fantastic Chamber of Commerce. I'm an international person. I do business as part of international business development, a company that I founded in Oakland County in 4 continents. And I'm one of the board members here and one of the board directors of several other international chambers. And this is by far the most active and the one that is more concentrated on bringing business people together, which is so important for everybody. Call it networking, call it relationship building, call it whatever you want. I just want to say one thing. We talk about the diversity of New York City, and you're all part of that diversity. And you're all part of what we used to call a melting pot that I call the relationship pot. How do more people come together and form relationships? It's the greatest relationship development center on the planet. And everybody can have an opportunity here to meet other people, form relationships, and to make your businesses work and create international trade. It's a great place, and I compliment Mark Jaffe.
Thank you, Arthur.
For his brilliant work, and Elena and Matt, for what she does, it's amazing when she runs this organization. And again, welcome to you all, and congratulations to those people who are being here.
Thank you, Arthur. I see we have one of our honorees coming in, Markley Wilson. We have a seat for you right here, and your special guest. So as Markley is walking down the red carpet, Markley Wilson, I've known for a number of years. We work with Visit Rochester. We work all across the state. In fact, as you can see from tonight, we work all across the globe. We are the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce, responsible for $10 billion a year in small business exports. Markley Wilson works with our governor and Empire State Development, has a great global New York program. But we're going to love this. We have a special recognition, and you all should have the programs on your tables tonight because we all love New York. If you love New York, clap your hands. Markley Wilson works for the I Love New York International Tourism Division. And Markley, introduce yourself. You know what, Markley, I introduced you. When you come up for your honors, you'll have your 3 minutes. Elena, thank you.
So over there, we have the Beachy table, and he is the honoree. We're so honored to have you here. Would you introduce yourself?
Buongiorno everybody, Raffaele Ruggeri. I represent 3 generations of Italian restaurateurs all over the world. We own restaurants in China, Middle East, Europe, of course, New York and Florida. I am honored to be here. Networking is what brings life to all businesses, and I am very glad to be sharing this moment with all of you. And I hope to see you in one of my restaurants as well. So thank you.
Much. And now we're going to go across the table, but it's across the world to Nigeria. So introduce we are so honored to have you here.
Consul General of Nigeria, the Honorable Ambassador Boss.
My name is Consul General. Our youth approach by schools introduce themselves I'm looking forward to.
And we're looking forward to your remarks as one of our trusted trading partners and a 2021 honoree.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Nicola Fella, Consul.
Thank you, sir. Welcome. Okay, so where did we leave off?
Right here.
Arthur, behind you.
No, wait. Actually, okay. You too. I feel like I'm being away. Please stand up and introduce
Elena's
yourself.
continuing the hard work.
Here we go.
My name is Statesman, Award Science and Achievement. We're a small business doing exactly what we do, awards, science and achievement. We're based in Nassau County, Long Island. Here we're working
here. Go ahead.
I'm gonna do this one.
Thank you. And here we have both of you from the Sissy group, correct?
First.
I'm sorry. First.
Name's Matthew Ferguson. This is Robert Sweeney. We're part of Earth First Consulting. We represent Yassine Cuisine, which is a North African, Moroccan, and Tunisian, Algerian food brand. So love to network and see how we can get more of our products around.
Okay, so this is the table that you guys need to network with, especially with Egypt, with Nigeria, Nepal, and with Jamaica. Definitely, also Panama. These gentlemen are here to promote business in New York and international trade. So we appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And here we have, go ahead.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rajasthan Minister of Economy. We are based in Washington, D.C. and the city of Bangladesh. Definitely, we are looking forward to integrate ourselves with the good network, and also we are looking forward to good partnerships. How can we promote trade and investment between our countries and with the globe and all other countries also. So we consider that it's a valuable and it's an emerging program to promote trade and investment in Panama. So thank you very much, and this is our first time we attend here, and we also look forward to for better program that is we want to arrange an exclusive program on Bangladesh. Since you have already known that the economy of Bangladesh is emerged. So Bangladesh is a rising star, and everybody knows that the economic potential and the resilience of Bangladesh economy is doing well. So definitely we will be there, and we will be with the better substances and better articles to promote Bangladesh and to advertise with Bangladesh everybody in the field of trade and investment. And there is my colleague, Mr. Shabin Dalla, he is exclusively looking for this chapter. So I request Mr. Shabin Dalla to be
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for
And by the way, this is their first time here.
Yeah.
But however, we have done probably over, with me, I'm dating myself, probably the last 8 years, we have done international partnerships with Bangladesh.
Yes.
And doing a lot of international trade and promoting their delegation and their economic consuls from everything from the food industry to infrastructure to IT. So they've done a lot of not even, it was in person international trade missions. So we appreciate your support and we appreciate your partnership. So thank you so much on that. Go ahead.
Dr. Abi, executive producer of World Liberty TV. I've known Mark over 25 years, covered most of the events. He's truly a great individual. The chambers have thousands of people, and his heart and soul is in the right place. He was at the Jewish Hall of Fame a couple of days ago, which he sits on the committee. He's a very highly connected individual. So is Helena. I've covered many of their events, and actually when I started my World Liberty TV online magazine, he was very instrumental in helping us to be introduced to so many small businesses, which we was able to showcase in our World Liberty TV. We'll always be indebted to him. He's truly a wonderful man, and please work with him, and he'll definitely get you where you want to be. And he's the real deal. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
We look forward to seeing your story on it.
Yes, you will.
And I also like to introduce my staff here. This is Fernando. He is our international business analyst, and he works with me as my left hand and my right hand, and we're going to be launching our new website, which we're really excited about. So stay tuned for that. We have Jordan Jaffe here, and also Kristen is going to be joining us, our staff on our team, I should say, on June 1st, and she comes highly recommended from one of our community partners from Ralph Rodriguez, who also sits on our New York Veterans Chamber of Commerce also. So we're really excited to welcome Kristen and to the chamber team. So now I'm going to turn it back over to Mark.
Thank you, Elena. And I want to, for full disclosure, let you all know that Jordan Jaffe is my daughter, and she is an unpaid intern, no conflict of interest. So Jordan, stand up and take another bow. Deserved. I'd like to pay her because we led the fight for 15 for minimum wage. It's a big issue throughout the country now. They all want to copy us, but New York deserves the high minimum wage because we are the Empire State, and we all want to be here. Broadway's opening up. Broadway's opening up. I think we should all clap for that. And, as Helena noted, this is our first fully vaccinated, post-COVID networking event. It's a small crowd, but it is an illustrious crowd. So you should all put your hands together and clap for that. So here's the program. We're going to be serving some signature sides here. Beverages, wine and beer on the house. If you want something stronger, we have a couple of great waiters here, Will and his staff. But after this, we're going to have some special pass arounds because this is a steakhouse. So you'll be tasting their steak and their bacon. Everybody loves bacon, I heard. It's more popular than World Trade. Okay, so you all should have a program on your desk. So we're going to go in alphabetical order. And we have in the house, and you heard, the new acting consul general, the new consul general of Nepal. Okay, and Vishnu Prasad Gautam didn't just come to the job and say, we have to support the Greater New York Chamber. He put us to task. He came over to our business center. We sat in a room about this size, just the three of us, his assistants, my people, and we made some progress. And we have trust now. We've developed a lot of trust. And what we have learned is that where we were in the COVID crisis 14 months ago, where we were in the COVID crisis 14 months ago, they are now. So we're working with our governor. We're having a little meeting later to get them the incubators that they need, to get them the COVID vaccines that they need, to get them the masks that they need. Because as we're approaching herd immunizations, herd immunity, as they call it, they're where we were, and we need to help them because they're our friends. It's a great country. You've all heard of the tallest mountain in the world. We're going over there. Whoever wants to fly in a helicopter over the tallest mountain in the world, the Himalayas, who wants to go to Kathmandu, who wants to learn about historical art. And they've been impacted because they're a high tourism country. That is one of their top exports. And it's not about what I have to say. It's about congratulations. Welcome to New York. I know with Ahmet and their population is so unified in family, so unified in democracy, so unified that they have a consul general in New York and Washington and several others throughout the country. And we know that with Consul of New York, Vishnu, may I call you Vishnu? That we're going to have a trusted trading partner. So come on up, and we're going to give you a trusted trading partner award. I don't have my reading glasses on, but here you go. Here you go, sir. To Consul General of Nepal and New York, Vishnu Prasad Gautam, our trusted trading partner.
Thank you. Good afternoon. President and CEO of Greater New York Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Mark J. Fellow Consul Generals from Nigeria and Panama, distinguished business leaders and entrepreneurs, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening, good afternoon. Namaste. This is Vishnu Prasad Gautam, Acting Consul General of Nepal. It's a great pleasure to be here among you. I feel honored to attend and speak at this annual World Trade Week reception program. I congratulate the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce and all associated business entities for successfully hosting this event and us this event. I express deep gratitude to the Chamber and its President and CEO, Mr. Mark, and Helena, and Mr. Amit for recognizing the Consulate General of Nepal in this program. May I also congratulate my fellow Consul General of Nigeria and Panama and all of the 2021 honorees for the achievement who are truly going to receive. My understanding is that over the years, the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce has been providing an important and reliable platform for the diplomatic and consular corps for business connections. It has remained a vital platform for a wider business network in New York for visiting delegations from many countries, including my country, Nepal. Located in the center of world economy and commerce, the capital of global finance, the Chamber has deeply contributed to our efforts. Our partnership and renewal of Chamber membership is a symbol of our trust on this organization. To briefly speak about my country, Nepal, the country of Mount Everest, it's a land of developing country, one of the least developed countries. An ancient civilization where Lord Buddha was born, Nepal is a federal democracy republic, parliamentary democratic system of government. It's a low-income country. Nepal is doing well in investment business since the promulgation of new constitution in 2015. Driven by the national vision of prosperous Nepal, happy Nepali, we are effortful to unleash all of our economic potentials and rapid economic growth. Nepal is set to graduate from LPC status by 2025 and attain the middle income status by 2030. Nepal has adopted a mixed model of economy with plan-based development and liberalized markets. We have liberalized our economy with investment-friendly policies and legislations. Most business sectors are open for foreign investment, including hydropower, IT sector, trade, tourism, education, and many more. Nepal is naturally beautiful, as just told by CEO Mr. Mark. It's a beautiful country, and one of the major highlights of the economy is food. There are lots of attractive touristic places with Himalaya, mountain, majestic, Mount Everest, and over 6,000 rivers in the world, flora and fauna. We are culturally and linguistically diverse. Prior to onset of COVID-19 pandemic, Nepal was making steady progress in most of the developed indicators. For 3 years in a row, sustained high growth of around 7%. This gave a lot of confidence in our potential as well as resilience of our economy. Even this year, despite the COVID-19 challenges, Nepal exported $1 billion worth of goods in the last 10 months, which is a record high. Ladies and gentlemen, Nepal and US enjoy excellent bilateral relations. Since its mutual trust, cooperation, and understanding. Goodwill have remained the hallmarks of the partnership. USA is one of the largest development partners in the world. Our trade and investment relations with the USA are guided by the bilateral trade and investment agreement signed in 2011. Nepal trade preference act of 2015. We are also doing trade within the framework of WTO. USA is our second largest export market and third largest import country. In that sense, it is quite important to have our business and trade with the United States. USA provides preferential access to over 70 renewable items. In 2020, Nepal USA bilateral trade was over $180 million USD, which was even higher in 2019. America deeply contributes in our tourism. There's around 100,000 American tourists in Nepal. That has deeply contributed, saved millions of jobs, and has contributed excellently to our economy. America deeply contributes in another sense that a significant presence of Nepali diaspora community in the USA have contributed to increasing local cultural diversity and people to people. In recognition of this, the New York State has just passed the legislation a couple of days back, declaring May 29th as the day of Nepali American Heritage Day, which we are going to celebrate. We express our deep gratitude to the government and people of America for their involvement. The cooperation between Federation of Nepali Chamber of Commerce and Greater New York Chamber of Commerce has further contributed to strengthen these relations. The Nepali Consul General of New York and our embassy in Washington, D.C. have been working actively in sustaining these bonds and further promoting and wider network. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if I do not share COVID-19 picture of Nepal in front of you, my country and people want to forgive. Therefore, let me share a little picture, though it may not be appropriate. The first wave of the pandemic hit our economy hard and caused negative growth. We are just reviving the economy with gradual reopening when the more threatening second wave of the pandemic started to found on a severe level. The second wave is more intersect and lethal. Positivity rate has been rapidly rising, and there were on average over 8,000 cases every day for past several weeks since the starting of the year. It is too high for a country with a moderate-sized population and limited resources and healthcare infrastructure. Even though the mortality rate is relatively low, the graph of the patient's life last week pandemic is rising. On average, 150 to 150 per past 3 weeks. This is quite high compared to what we are going in the first wave. Today is back over 8,000 new cases was confirmed in 169 days. Today, around 10,000 new cases were confirmed in 160. This is the lowest figure in many years. Nepal has been trying at its level best to provide critical health care to COVID-19 pandemic cases. Confronted by this colossal threat, our Prime Minister has appealed to the international community, business and philanthropic organizations around the world to provide us with vaccines, diagnostic tools, oxygen kits, critical care medicines, and equipment to help us complete our disease. Some help is coming from our development partners, neighbors, and countries like the USA, and vaccines are not available, except about 2 million doses received from donations from our neighboring countries. Though we started vaccination with the support of our neighbors, only about 2.5% people have received full dose of COVID-19 vaccine. 2 million people have received at least one dose, but next lot of vaccines are uncertain that which will be received. If vaccines are not received on time, more lethal and fast spreading coronavirus might impact hardware intelligence, which might extremely dangerous by Nepal has approached to the US government for vaccine support. We understand that there are legislative issues to be addressed. Therefore, we have been approaching at various fronts, business community, diaspora community, senators and all others to look into this issue so that the vaccine support could be achieved. Because US is our one of the most reliable development partners who have been investing in our Nepal in various sectors. Therefore, we have been approaching close perspectives. And a support and solidarity from business community, philanthropic organizations in this effort will complement our effort. Though the COVID-19 situation has brought new problems for us, we are confident that our business will survive. We will prevail upon this, and then we'll rise again and we'll continue our business. I'm confident our cooperation with the chamber and business sector will continue to grow for better partnership and mutual benefit. And the Consul General, the Consul General of Nepal in Europe, will provide a wider partnership with the chamber and all the business entities in the business. I wish the chamber and the business community continue success in their every efforts and initiatives, and I thank you for the chamber, its leadership, and all the business community for this honor and for hosting.
Consul, and as I told you, we have some of our health committee to meet with you privately later today.
It's so important that we're representing international trade in New York. It's sitting on the committee for, world trade. It is so important and from the bottom of my heart to make sure that the country do get the vaccination. We are, the United States are so fortunate that we have this. And, you know, we need to pay forward. And we all have to have that mindset. So whatever you guys need, we're here to help.
Well said. Moving right along alphabetically, we have Nigeria in the house. The Consul General of Nigeria. Let me tell you a little bit about our history. I think because I've been here a while, and I'm blessed to have been here on this planet, and I'm blessed to be the CEO of the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce and meet so many great members and partners. But I think I met a trade ambassador from Nigeria at the UN, Moses Ohinda, and we confirmed this during the networking reception. So our relationship with Nigeria goes back 25 years, almost 3 decades. And today you're going to meet our honoree, the ambassador, Lot Egopija. He's the Consul General of New York. And if you don't know a lot about Nigeria, it's projected to be one of the 10th largest economic powers in the world in the next 30 years. It's rising. They have a lot of gas, and if they pump us and give us more gas, our prices won't go up. And I can see that Ambassador Lot is here, so I won't take any more of his time. Welcome. Congratulations on your honor as a trusted trading partner. Ambassador Lot Peter Ekopija, the Consul General of New York, of Nigeria in New York.
Thank you very much. The great army of Tremble. Well, which was the this event. Let me also congratulate my colleagues, my colleague from Panama, my colleague from Paul, and other honorees. I'm here to speak for Nigeria. And I know we have you all here as Americans in one form of business or social interaction. Nigeria is open, and Nigeria will already open. I just spoke with Raquel a few minutes ago. The temptation is very daring, but it's still considering. I want to tell you that this camp and invest in Nigeria. Why I say so is because the government has also put things in to ensure that when you come, your investment will be safe. And one great asset as the restaurant or proprietor of the restaurant, you have the population. Nigerians are adventurous. You can come in and they will get maximum profits. Businessmen don't go anywhere, they will not make profits. So I want to invite all of us, even the consultants there that are trying to make that countries can sell their products. We have the population, we're diversifying. We're not only an oil and gas nation. We also have an avalanche of resources, and also we have human resources that will help you achieve your goal. So, Dory, we shall be interacting with you. My colleagues and I will be interacting with you. Please feel free. The quick deck in the vision is always open, and we are ready to answer and to help make up your minds to invest in Nigeria. I want to thank the organizers, and I look forward to interacting with you bilaterally whichever way you want to. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, sir. One of the largest countries in the world, and we need to trust them. They trust us, we trust them, and that's what tonight is all about. World trade is about trust. And now going on in alphabetical order, we have the Consul General of Panama here. And if you don't know about Panama, they're neighbors. They're pretty close. They're closer than the other two countries. Beautiful location. I mean, they have coastal oceans and they have something called the canal that and part of the reasons our gas prices went up. I mean, when that canal is so important that when that canal has a problem, we all have a problem. So we need to work together with the country of Panama. And by the way, they have some pretty good coffee in Panama. Some of the best tasting, and it's worth every penny you pay for it from Panama. And I'll tell a quick little story. I worked very closely with Secretary Kerry. We had him here to the UN, and I was kind of his advisor at that time when we did a Latin American trade week during my tenure. And I know he met with your current president. And we want to invite your president during the UN General Assembly to speak at our 20th annual Business Expo. And that would be very special. We do it during the second week, September 23rd. They'll all get invitations, but we would like him to be our special guest speaker. So I want to introduce, and I got to tell you, if you don't know a lot about Panama, this front table here is full of the Consul General's family. And to me, that says it all. Family, jobs. It's so important. And you know they're a democratic country, and you know they're a friendly country, and you're going to hear it from our great honoree and trusted trading partner, Elias Levy, the Consul General of Panama in New York.
Good afternoon, everybody. First, I want to thank the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce. Mark, Lana, thank you for this honor. The distinguished honorees this afternoon. I want to make a task to introduce our Consul General of Panama in Philadelphia that is with us. This is Georgia Athanasopoulos. Welcome. I want to share some words. When I noticed that I need to speak here in the international trade, I think that the international trade, was the way that the world reduced their size. With Marco Polo that went to Asia, to the Silk Road, or Christopher Columbus that he wants to go to the Indies, West Indies. Everything was related with trade. So the trade is the main important thing to develop all countries and the world. In Panama, we always were related with New York. I don't know if you know that much, that one negotiation for independence in 1903 was held in the Walter Astoria Hotel before independence. And since that, the trade relations, the commerce relation between these countries, Panama and the United States, was great. The factory of Coca-Cola, the first place outside the United States, that was in Panama. So just imagine everything that we have. I don't know because everybody knows the issues that we have in the world. From one ocean to another ocean, it's only 60 miles. We are 5 hours from New York, 2 hours and a half from Miami, 6 or 7 hours to Argentina. So our geographical position is the best for the logistics for distribution of all the goods that the New York factories and New York companies want to start in Panama. We have the free zone. We have the special areas related to technology. Right now, they signed the seventh connection for the, I want to translate it from Spanish, underwater fiber, fiber optic cable. We have 7 international cables that connect in Panama. So it's gonna focus on, we are focused or developing to get a digital hub in our country. There are another things I want to share with you. It's not going to be too long. For example, since 2007, we created a law in order to attract the multinational companies. Since that time, at least 170 multinational companies installed in Panama. But those companies are not regular companies. They need to get that special treatment, at least have a capital of $200 million or more in total group assets. But it's not only focused on the big companies. We want that small companies come to our country. The companies want to develop. They want to spread their goods all over America. We have a special connection, special relation with Jamaica, with the islands, with the Caribbean, with South America, with Central America. Panama have the foreign, the investment, the foreign direct investments. We have the 51% of all the foreign direct investment of Central America. So we have a nice geographical position. We have a beautiful weather. We don't have a lot. We have hurricanes or earthquakes. We have a wonderful people. The Pope says that the best things of Panama is the people and not the people. And you have all the opportunities to invest. Right now, there's a very new manufacturing services for multinational companies. There's in Spanish is EMA, that is a brand new law, a brand new regime to attract manufacturing companies. We have also the colon free zone. And we have a special free zone. So the focus of the Panamanian government is related to attract the foreign direct investment in our country. I want to make also an article. I told the president of the Point this morning, saying that the Consul of Panama, they were going to be honored today, and I want his potential the greatest York Chamber of Commerce, his greatest for the Panama. And I think that as soon as we receive the invitation, perhaps to the embassy or to the Consulate of Panama, the president of the Consul will be very glad for him to come and talk about everything that Panama has to offer, not only for New York to the United States, but also the world. I want to finish sharing one thing on concept that we have in Panama. And I think that all of you are going to understand. The Panamanians we invite organizers to join the world, to unify the world to the Panama. Thank you very much.
Randolph, and I got to tell you a quick backstory. Helena used to work with the Greater Philadelphia Chamber of Commerce, but we were lucky. Something about New York and New York City brought her here to work with the Greater New York Chamber. So I know, Helena, we have a fellow Philadelphian in the house. Would you like to?
We're from Philadelphia, so I'm born and raised in Panama. So I really appreciate Philadelphia, appreciate our partnership with Panama. And by the way, I would love to have you to just announce that we're going to do a webinar in New York, New Jersey, Port Authority about getting goods through outside in the on the waterways. So I think that you from Panama should be there on the presence because eventually it does go through. That partnership was very important. So we'd love to have you, on that webinar. So thank you so much. Welcome to Philadelphia.
Well, thank you. And we heard something about Italy, the Pope, and there's a famous little city in Italy, and the whole world. So I'm not discriminatory. We work with 70 countries. But when you mention that, it's so funny because our next honoree runs a huge Italian restaurant group. And he's going to come up. Okay, his name is on the program, as you can see. It's the Baishi Restaurant Group, and they're members of the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce. And they have two fantastic restaurants. COVID hit them a little. They had to move one, and they're reopening another one in Greenwich Village, and we partner with the Greenwich Village Chamber. So we want to be at that ribbon cutting. But more importantly, he's winning a very special award, very special to my heart. Because when I was a young chamber CEO, there was a man named Dr. Lucio Caputo who ran the Italian Wine and Food Festival. Who here remembers that? I know Helena remembers that because I said, check me if I'm wrong. The man's renting 3 floors in the Marriott. He says he's got 100 vendors of Italian wines and champagnes, reds, whites, 100 different producers of wine. And he wants to give it out and for a tasting. And then after that's all over, if that wasn't enough, he had a little back room with oils and breads and prosciuttos and cheeses. And if that wasn't enough, at 6 o'clock when it was all over, he had 20 of the best Italian restaurants offering their signature dishes. I said, let me check, maybe we can help you. So that's the beginning of the story. The end of the story is this man went on to be honored in City Hall of New York. This man went on to run the J, the Grupo Esperanto Italiano. He became a friend. He was the classiest guy in the world, cufflinks, suit, dressed. Everybody loved him. I miss him. My good friend, Dr. Lucio Caputo, was an international statesman in my mind. I know a little bit about politics and international trade. And we have in this room a fantastic restaurateur and a good friend of the chamber. And I want to bring up Raphael Rogeri, who is this year's recipient of the Dr. Lucio Caputo International Statesman Award. And he would love you, and he would want to come to your restaurant and drink some wine.
Buongiorno, buongiorno. Thank you. I am truly honored to be here. I want to thank the great New York Chamber for recognizing me and inviting me. Such important people, the Consul of Panama, Nepal, Nigeria, and the other esteemed honorees. I am honored. I am blessed to be here to receive such a. Dr. Caputo was. For those that know his story, he was an incredible Italian ambassador in the world to bring what I carry today, the made in Italy, around the world. I own restaurants in Middle East. I own restaurants in South America. I want to come to Panama, Nigeria, why not Nepal as well. But
And Bangladesh.
I am here representing not only family. My company was started by my grandmother 100 years ago. I am the 3rd generation carrying forth the passion that my family started. My children are now starting with me with 20s, and so family is very important. And to be recognized and be here among all of you, it is a great honor. I look forward to working, networking, and getting to know you. And we are opening a second location in Soho very soon. Yes, our industry was, like many others, but the hospitality industry this last year has been affected. Those of us that are still standing, we see the light at the end of the tunnel right now. In America, things now we are over the curve. And I believe that the sunshine is upon all of us, so we can start all our new trades in New York and expand our businesses in so many great countries. Thank you all. It's a great honor to be here. I want to say thank you to Mark and to Elena. It's a pleasure. Thank you for recognizing. I don't have the time to you grab a quick picture.
Really important. I have the SBA or our restaurant fund, and right now economic relief for restaurants. And I know that there was over 200,000 applicants within the first 2 days to apply for the RRF. So now they are that money. And also the sheltered venue is for the entertainment industry or to get economic relief. They are starting to disperse the monies for that. So if you know of any clients or any people in that business, the money is going to flow. So that's, we gotta keep on putting the pressure on the SBA. They've done a marvelous job, but they need to get the money out for businesses.
And on that note, this beautiful restaurant here, Tudor City Steakhouse, historical building, meat packing factory. We go outside later, we can see the UN right here from this outdoor patio. We were thinking of doing outdoors, but we figured we'd space the tables. We're gonna have a little special tasting after the program. This is a steakhouse, so you'll get taste of steak, and like I said, bacon is more popular than a lot of things. I'm reading the current surveys. And I want to recognize, we have the Consul General, I believe, of Bangladesh here in New York. So thank you for coming. I've met your Prime Minister. She's a powerhouse. And we all know that great song from one of the former Beatles. Again, it's about who you can trust, who's been with us, and who will march forward with us, because post-COVID, as our Governor Cuomo says, we need, the leaders will be those who take the opportunities, those who help and pass it forward. Incubators, we got them. We're going to send them to Paul. We'll send you those results tonight. We're having a meeting. So we have a lot of good friends in the house. One person who couldn't make it, before we give our last award, one of my dear friends, you heard about Dr. Lucio Caputo. Some of you in the house know. If you do, stand up and give some applause for Dr. Roy Hastick of the Caribbean American Chamber of Commerce. He recently passed COVID. He's a COVID statistic, but he was my dear friend and a mentor. He started the Caribbean American Chamber. We worked with him side by side. He grew it into a powerhouse. We have Jamaica in the house, and they know when he threw his little parties, they had to do them in Brooklyn Borough Hall. He was so powerful that Governor Pataki gave him offices in the Brooklyn Navy Yard. He was my friend. He coined the phrase networking works, and he will be remembered forever. I was at a street co-naming out in Brooklyn 2 or 3 weeks ago. 300 people as they unveiled Dr. Roy Hastick Boulevard in the new Caribbean American Trade Center. So we thought about it. Our International Trade Committee got together and we decided, if the Caribbean American Chamber of Commerce and Industry is not a trusted trading partner, who is? I trust this man with my life. His family knows my family. And his family is blessed that they had the time with him. And at that street co-naming, we all spoke. We all spoke about how fortunate we were that his family, the Hasticks, shared Roy Hastick with everybody. And I hope that we all remember him. So we decided to give out the Dr. Roy Hastick Trusted Trading Partner Award. And obviously this year, it's when he started 3 decades ago, the Caribbean American Chamber of Commerce. And because of traffic and what's going on, our special friend, Anna Marie Stanalaskit from the board of directors, George Hulse, who sits on our board of directors, is on their board of directors. I am telling you, if you want to do business in the Caribbean and get down to the next stop is Panama, you need to get involved with the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce and its International Trade Committee meeting. So congratulations. And you know what? That moves right into the next honoree, because there's 13 CARICOM countries, Caribbean countries. And the next honoree happens to work for our government, happens to work for New York State, happens to work for Empire State Development. The chair is a good friend of the chamber. He speaks quarterly at the chamber. We just opened the Javits Center. Tourism's coming back. Broadway's coming back. International tourism's coming back. And I've known Mark Lee Wilson. I actually met him in Rochester. with the Greater Rochester Chamber of Commerce. I tell that story, but I wanted to serve the signature steak and the signature bacon and get back to networking. But if you want to hear that story, it used to be called something else after we flew up and had the Lieutenant Governor Robert Duffy and met with Visit Rochester, Greg Marshall, all the great people. We honored people from the Betsy Ross House, the Kodak Museum, Wegmans. Who's heard of Wegmans? We have 2 of them in New York now. And I don't want to brag that I was with the CEO of Wegmans and now, the daughter is running the whole chain. That I said, when you get to downstate here, when you come into Westchester, when you come in. So we have a Brooklyn Wegmans, we have a Harrison Wegmans, and Mark Lee Wilson and I met at the Rochester Business Alliance, which today, and I take this as a personal honor, is the Greater Rochester Chamber of Commerce. But Mark Lee Wilson works for Empire State Development. I love New York. Who's heard of I love New York? Right? International tourism. And Mark Lee, you have a lot of work in front of you because it's going to take 3 or 4 years to get back to the pre-COVID numbers. Congratulations, Mark Lee Wilson. Congratulations, Empire State Development, on working to improve international trade and tourism.
Thank you all. I'm really honored to receive this award and to receive it in the presence of so many people from so many places. You have spoken, I recognize that we are so connected in ways that we don't really always know. My great-grandfather went to Panama, built the canal, got involved with some woman and never came back to Barbados. I'm told that Yoruba is my roots. I can go on to how even Italy, we have connections, and we need to recognize and capitalize on those connections more. The industry that we are celebrating, the industry of trade, is one in which we can all claim a part and be proud of it. My specific role has been, as you might have gathered, tourism. While some of you are born New Yorkers, many of you are not born New Yorkers, but new New Yorkers. I was a new New Yorker in the mid-70s when I came here to represent the island of Barbados. I spent 9 years running the operation. And then subsequent to that, I became the Director of Marketing for the 29-country member, the Caribbean Tourism Organization. And I remember well, the second banquet that we had annual fundraising banquets. One of our honored guests was a friend of mine named Roy Hastings. So we are connected. After the Caribbean, I was coached by a state called New York. And 21 years ago, when I was hired to develop international tourism for the state of New York, we had one international office in the city of London. You all are involved in tourism in some way or the other. You all recognize the potential. I know you all might be familiar with that I and the heart and the N and the Y. Let me confirm that investing in tourism pays off. When I started, there was one office in London, and was able to prove that it pays off to the point where, I was going to say last year, but things have changed so much. At the beginning of January last year, I was running an office not only in London, but one in Canada, one in Australia, 1 in Germany, and 5 in China. All devoted to one thing, and that's getting people to come to New York City and New York State to have a good time and to spend money. And it pays off. It pays off. I really want to commend the greater New York chapter for Chamber for all that it does, but particularly for enabling its members. I think there's 30,000?
We have 30,000, we only have 5,000 members, but we have 30,000 people that are, we call them future.
That's impressive, and most of them are small business people. And the networking that the chamber facilitates and the empowerment that facilitates for these individuals is incredible. So it really requires much commendation for its functions. Last year was quite a year. And it sort of brought some lessons to us that maybe we weren't as aware of as we are now. One of them is that we have a lot in common with each other. Another is that we need each other in order to survive and succeed. And these networking sessions are sessions that should be honored. I accept this award in the spirit of gratitude, but also with the wish, with the request, and with the hope that each of us will capitalize more on the quality of our relationships with each other. Because yes, money matters, but in our business, in tourism, in trade, what really matters is the way in which we respect and connect with each other. And that heart in the I Heart NY is to do with love. It's key. So let's together try to build on love among each other. Thank you.
So glad you could make it tonight. I know that as we open up New York, I was with the governor at the Radio City Music Hall. People with COVID shots, we're doing a special concert. Billy Joel, Whoopi Goldberg, Robert De Niro. We're going ahead with the film festival. You can see our New York Knicks and our Brooklyn Nets are in the playoffs. Yankees are having people come back to the stadium. This is the first Greater New York Chamber of Commerce live in-person networking event, and we're streaming this over the web right now. But we can't wait to pack our houses. We can't wait for our September 23rd Business Expo. Our international pavilion will have some presidential worldwide leaders. And if we can't develop a little more trust and love, then shame on us. We need each other. We need to have the haves work with the have-nots, because without everybody, we wouldn't have. And to us, it's simple, and that's why we're the largest business and civic group. Our membership is down because we didn't kick them out. We have 5,000 dues-paying and active individuals and business and civic leaders. We want to build it back to 30,000. Please help us spread the word. And please stay. I know that in a few minutes, we're going to be serving some signature steaks and bacon taste. And you're all welcome. We're a little ahead of schedule. So Helena, you want to tell them what's coming up on the calendar? Or should we just get back to networking?
Just get back to networking.
Let's get back to networking. We're all here. We're all double shot. And if you're not, put on your mask. And if you want to wear your mask, because we've been doing it for the last 15 months, I put mine up and down. Don't feel shy, because if we don't get 70% of people with, yes. So why don't you come up and introduce your guest? Well, you know what? Better than that, why don't you go introduce yourself to everybody in the room? And on that note, Let's close the formal ceremony. Enjoy your signature side. We have mac and cheese from the best steakhouse in New York, the sauteed mushrooms, cream spinach, and we're getting some taste of their porterhouse steak and bacon. And we have the room till 6:30, and wine and beer and soft drinks around the house. Can I get all the honorees up for one photo, one group photo? Raphael, Ambassador, Mark, Consul General Vishnu, come up. Elena, come up. Mark, I need you up for a group shot.
It would be great. That'd be great. Thank you. Yeah. Anywhere in the city location. So what happened?
One of our interns will wrap up your, we'll wrap up your, we'll wrap up your awards so you can take them home safely. Just bring them up here.
Thank you. It was nice meeting you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.